Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Westworld Season 4, Episode 6, Fidelity. We only got 2 episodes left after this. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business and then we'll get started. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can't hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you feel like gambling, you can hit that bell over there and YouTube may or may not notify you. Best thing to do is go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All right. And yes, welcome back, Chaka. Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. Giving you enough time to hit pause, go away, whatever you're going to do. Throw the computer out the window. Okay. Here we go. So this was kind of a fucked up episode, just in regards of what happened with Caleb. But also we don't know exactly what Bernard is doing right now, as well. And I didn't realize how much we didn't know Bernard is doing right now. So yeah, it's kind of a weird spot. Caleb ends up, of course, trying to escape from Hale, and uh, yeah, the finding out that there are multiple versions of himself in different states of decay, and that he himself is dying, and he's trying to get out, and looking at order all the clues that his others have left him, supposedly. I mean, you could tell it was totally made up. I mean, I kind of figured that straight out when uh she kind of left him in the room and his other double was saying the only way out is to die, kind of thing. And then he found the little once he found the little syringe, I was like, oh yeah, she planted all this. She wants him to get out so that he'll give her more information or something like that. But he this one, number 278, Caleb, makes the farthest out of everybody. He actually makes it to the transmitting tower and sends out to Frankie a message, and Hale is there and is kind of disappointed and says, "No, not even an apology." Yeah, and she's still trying to figure out why 38 hosts have died, and she wants to know why humans are infecting them. And also, when Caleb said that he could actually resist, the uh, control, I guess you can say, and she wants to know what he meant by that, and he doesn't know, of course, that. But he basically tells her on the rooftop that maybe they're just trying to get away from you. That's why the hosts are killing themselves, which fucking enrages the shit out of her. I thought it was great, and she just snaps his neck. We see her at the end, that at that point she's standing at the edge of the building looking over, and blood is dripping down her arm. She actually did not rip open her arm at that point, and I'm starting to think that because remember, she was actually called Haloris, between Hale and Dolores. And I'm wondering if her schism that's happened in her brain, because remember, she was having a schism when Dolores and her were kind of merged in the same body there. I'm wondering if that is what is infecting the hosts. It's actually her infecting the hosts, not the humans infecting the hosts or the outliers infecting the hosts. Maybe they are just, maybe the hosts are, maybe the outliers are the seed, if you will, but Haloris is um the water that is watering that seed. um hey Carl, would it be fair to say Bernard is a bad guy? Not necessarily. We don't know what's going on as of yet. Penn says, I was reminded of Future Man for some reason with all the multiple versions. Yeah, just a little bit. Um, And then, of course, we have what's going on with Frankie and Bernard and them trying to bring Maeve back. excuse me. Excuse me here. So Frankie and Bernard, they of course end up in Temperance, and Bernard really knows his way around and basically kind of lets the cat out of the bag that he used to work at Westworld, which of course is what, a good 15 years before Frankie was born, maybe more, maybe 20 years, somewhere around there. And then, of course, you have another, what is it? Another 14, no, 23 years at this point from when Frankie lost her dad to supposedly now. So Bernard should be someplace in his probably 70s if that was the case, if he was working in Westworld. So, of course, she's fucking suspicious of him, especially when they're going to get parts to revive Maeve's Pearl, because, it's graded for being underground for so long. And I love how he says, Maeve, her chances are 60% she's agreeable and agrees with what we're doing. The other 40%, let's just say she wakes up on the wrong side of the bed. Um, so yeah, that's actually kind of a good thing. And when of course her crew gets back and with Stubbs, um, she of course shoots Bernard, says he's a host, so's the other one. But she needs to wake up Maeve because she needs to find out what's going on with her dad, where her dad went, because Maeve was the last person that she remembers being with her dad. So, of course, Bernard ends up, telling her that, hey, one of your crew has been turned by Hale, and he goes, I don't know which one it is. He goes, because it's always different. He goes, sometimes it's your girlfriend. Sometimes he goes, one time it's even Stubbs. And Stubbs is like, what? Which I love how Stubbs is just kind of fucking along for the ride. He really is. He's just kind of dumb, but I guess he's the expendable muscle, if you will, at this point. And this really is the Bernard and Stubbs like cop show, like buddy cop show. It really is. And that's kind of one of the things I like about it. So of course we find out it is Jay because we had a at the before the credits we had a little scene of when Frankie and her mom, just after they escaped, and after Halores had taken over the world, they actually broke out young Jay out of the city. And the whole thing about him saying, I'm not your brother, my brother's dead, and having a little pissy fit. And of course, that's how we find out that he is actually a host and not the real person, because we didn't have enough invested in this character to make it this far on this. Sirius says, but Dolores has to have planted the idea in Hale's head to let Caleb send the message at the exact moment. Hear me out, because his message at that moment distracted the host from killing Frankie and repositioned him so Maeve could kill her. It seems unlikely that Bernard caused that. He just knew about it. Yeah. I'm fairly sure that we're going to see in the next episode that Dolores Christina was the one that pulled all the strings on all of this. Again, like I said, Dolores is still tied into Rehoboam, and she is controlling everybody at this point, to some extent or another. Sirius says, and it's crucial to the larger underlying plan to bring back Maeve in order to defeat Maeve. I don't know about that. Maeve really wants to go back to so okay, what this all boils down to really, and this honestly just kind of struck me here, free will versus uh determined, what is it, predestination, if you will. And that's what this is coming down to. Again, when you start doing some kind of writing here, you're going to fall back on philosophy. This goes back to the Matrix, like 101. It's philosophy 101 in the Matrix. that's kind of what Nolan and Lisa Joy are actually pulling on right now too, is free will versus predetermination, and what is going to win out. What is the argument for both, and that's what they're showing us here is the fight for free will versus predetermination. And it's interesting, but at the same time, now that I'm thinking about it, if they don't stick the landing in the next two episodes here, it's going to be really, really messy and really, really ugly and really, really bad. Really, really. Um, Sirius says the biggest assumption I'm making overall is that the underlying plan is Dolores, OG Dolores. I'm still figuring out how Bernard is directly following her instructions. No, Bernard is not. He is not following her instructions. So Bernard is the wild card in all of this. Think Doctor Strange in, you know, um, Infinity War, where he looked up all the different, permutations of this, and so that's what he's trying to do. Is he's trying to get to the right timeline so that he can help Maeve um, break whatever is going on with Dolores, Christina, Halores, all this kind of stuff. And if you saw the preview for next week's episode, it looks like Dolores is getting ready to, or not Dolores, excuse me, Halores is going to kill all the humans. She's going to kill all humans, baby. So yeah, and basically everyone's going to ascend. She's going to force the ascension on everybody at this point, on all the hosts. But of course, Maeve has other plans. So there is a knockdown, drag out fight between her and Maeve. So, I'm looking forward to that next week. So the whole thing with Maeve coming back, and I don't know, man. There's is she going to be upgraded? I know that Bernard was talking about when he upgraded her processor by taking the Temperance Hector version of him and taking his processor, which is supposed to be faster than Maeve's. Was that the reason why she couldn't control the hosts? Was because her modem wasn't up to speed? Is that what was going on? I don't know. That would be kind of an interesting idea, is that basically her modem wasn't fast enough, or her Wi-Fi connection wasn't the latest Wi-Fi, and that's the reason why she wasn't able to stop the hosts. But it's going to be interesting. But having this whole thing, this duality, this fidelity, if you will, of all these different characters, if you notice, all these characters are not who they are, but they are versions of themselves. So Caleb is not Caleb. He is a version of himself. And we also have 279 version of Caleb that's coming out. Uh, Hale is not herself. She is actually merged with Dolores and has become Halores, and is most likely being controlled by Christina slash Dolores, who again is not herself, is somebody else. Teddy, on the other hand, we don't know who the fuck Teddy is at this point. If he is something that's been brought out by Dolores, Christina, if she's been planned, if he is someone else, we don't know. And same thing with host William. Host William is now divergent from OG William, because that is someone else as well. So, yes, this can go any which way possible. But again, I'm saying this is a classic free will versus predetermination battle, is what this is. This is what this is all about. Um, Sirius says, I hope they stick the landing. I see a lot of dangling threads, but the show at its best has been capable of handling that and bringing things together, or not. Could go either way, but I feel like I see the threads this time, and I think of potential resolutions. So that's more promising than the past couple of seasons. Is anyone else getting burned out by the? No, I'm not getting burned out by the complexity of it. It's really not complex, Carl. It's more. Um, it's bad sleight of hand, if you will, if you're looking at it as a magic. Uh, so what they're doing is they're doing a lot of tricks in order to throw you off, like not putting us in the right timeline or putting us in two separate timelines. And um, that coupled with a unreliable narrator as well for the overall arcing story uh, is what's leading to the quote unquote complexity of this. It's just that we're not giving the story in a straight enough form. We're giving it in a couple of different ways, and we're trying to piece it together ourselves. And of course, we're going to have the aha moment at the end of the season with a whole bunch more questions to follow, because, of course, they want a season five out of all of this. So, but yeah, I mean, the whole thing of this being more of a, you know, like I said, free will versus predetermination. Again, that's what this show has always been at its core. It has been, you know, are you just a sum of your programming, as the hosts were, or can you break from that programming? Can you become free? Is there a way of striving to become more, striving to and again, I'm getting deep into this. Yes, I know I'm going into the philosophy, if you will, but that's what is behind all of this. And I know you got to smoke a lot of pot in order to get to that kind of level. Sirius says Star Trek Picard, I knew would shit the bed after episode one. The writing here seems to have more forethought, but I can still see them bungling it. Um, they're bringing a whole bunch of the threads from season one. I'm starting to see it now that they are bringing a whole bunch of the threads from season one to season four here, and they are kind of trying to bring them together so that they make sense. I understand what they're doing now at this point, or I think I do. I could just be completely wrong, and it could just blow my mind at the end, or just piss me off, or piss everybody off. Who knows? But yeah, this is a whole free will versus predetermination kind of thing, and we'll see what happens. Sirius says, "Why do flat earthers believe that the Earth is flat but Mars is round and the Moon is round?" I don't know. I really don't. It's a little bit of you know, the goo that comes out of people's heads, after that fly infestation. Anyway, yeah. So interesting episode. We needed to get through it. Jay, the character Jay was just a throwaway character. It really was not, you know, fantastic. But yeah. Siri says, I thought that was a bottle of Jack. No, it is not a bottle of Jack. That is in the cupboard up above over the. What's incorrect, Carl? The complexity, or it's not Jack Daniels as far as you know. Smooth. Flat earthers. They, uh, yeah. Um, so yeah, I'm not going to get into the debate about flat earthers because it's just not worth my time on that one. But going back to this episode, man, I really do. Having just a disposable character just to show, I don't know, basically to show the fidelity of Bernard at this point to Frankie, so that we can get Maeve back online. Um, was just kind of weird, honestly. I'm sure there would have been a better way of bringing that to fruition, but um, I don't know. Yeah, I. mm. The character of Jay was just a waste, is really what he was. He was the expendable crew member. Carl says, as much as I like this show, forgive for asking if we need a fifth season. Please no stagnate. Um, we'll see what happens. I mean, we've got 2 episodes left. We only have 2 episodes left in this season. I want to see what the hell is going to happen with Teddy, where Teddy comes into all of this. There's a big fight coming up next episode between Maeve and Hale or Haloris. Um, and I want to see what's going to happen with that because they crashed in the window of what looks like the skyscraper. So um, I don't know. And then also, are we going to have hosts ascend? And where are they ascending to? Are they going to the Sublime? Because I thought none of them had actually made it to the Sublime. The Sublime was supposed to be cut off, and I think that Bernard was the only one that actually had the key to that, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I don't know, man. There's a lot of different things happening right now, and they need to tie some of the shit up. So, um, I'm not even gonna read it, Siri. So, Siri, it's in one eye and out the other. So, what's gonna happen there at that point? So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. Hopefully we get some answers on some of this. I know we won't. I know we'll get some answers, but we're not going to get a lot of. We're not going to get a lot of people. A lot of answers. A lot of people. A lot of answers. Pull them back to the light. There is no light. There's only Zool. I don't know where the fuck that came from. Anyway, what else do I have going on for the rest of this week? Well, tomorrow is going to be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it's going to be Paper Girls from Amazon. If you haven't seen Paper Girls, go and watch it. There's 8 episodes up there on Amazon. Wednesday is going to be episode 3 of Harley Quinn. Thursday is going to be episode 4 of Harley Quinn. Friday, I'm going to be off. Saturday, I will be off as well. And then I just want to make sure that's actually the case because I can't remember half the time what the fuck I'm doing. So the cheese brain. There we go. That's right. And then, of course, Sunday is going to be the Sunday edition of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the weekend or genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. And then next Monday, will be Westworld all over again. That's right. So yeah. Funny thing, I'm glad that it's actually happening. The trailer for Star Wars Andor dropped, the second trailer, I should say, and they changed the date, the release date to September, which I'm like, because originally the release date was going to be when I was down in Disneyland, and I was like, I can leave that one. But now they're doing the end of September for Andor, and they're going to drop the first 3 episodes. Which, remember, all these series on Disney Plus are only 6 episodes long, so they're dropping half the season, which means I don't think they have a lot of faith in this one. Yeah, if they're going to just drop, usually if they just don't care about the series, they just drop it all at once. Or they drop half of it and then they'll drop the other half. Disney has done that before. So, go figure. But I'm just glad it's not going to happen right in the middle of my vacation. Sirius says, Cassio Andor, everyone's favorite character, said no one ever. No one really cares. I mean, honestly, I watched the trailer. I know this is kind of diverging from what we were doing. And I was like, yeah. I mean, other than, Stellan Skarsgård being in it, I was like, all right. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to cover it, but really didn't do anything for me. So, yeah. Anyway, that's for a later time. But I did update the timeline of events. So if you go over to suspendedfanimation.com, you can see the schedule that I put up, which I change out every week. I also have right below that future stuff, like all the stuff that's going to be coming out. Well, not all the stuff, because otherwise it'd just be a big long fucking list. But stuff that I'm going to be most likely covering, that I'm going to be focused on. I'm only one person, so there's only so much I can do at this point, and there's only so much I can watch. So I won't be covering Stargirl season 3, by the way. So don't worry about that. It's on the list there, but I'm not covering it. Yeah. But yeah. So go take a look at that there. So what? That I'm not covering Stargirl, Pen? Yeah, I'm not going to be covering Stargirl. It's I didn't cover Stargirl season 2. Season 1 I covered, and that was because it was on DC Universe. And then once it skipped over to the CW, I was like, no, fuck it, I'm done. Yeah. You forget to watch it again. It's on there. I'll remind you, Pen. I'll remind you that it's on. But then again, everyone's going to probably forget to watch it because, it's Stargirl. All right. With that said, thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff that you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up here just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can, hit that like button, the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, go over to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. I change it out every week. Also have all the links to my social media there and all the links to my pages as well. All right. Thank you, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow for Paper Girls. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may find out that this is your 200 and probably 70th time trying to get the hell away from Hale, because who doesn't want to get away from her? She's kind of infectious at this point. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Stay safe, be well, take care, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, get the boosters as well, because it don't work without the boosters. I'm getting my second booster Friday. Friday. And stay safe out there, everyone. Thanks. Have a good rest of your night, and see you tomorrow. Thanks, everyone. Good night.